This is Aisata Mason, a talented pianist studying at London's prestigious Royal Academy of Music. She's quickly gaining a strong reputation in the world of classical music. It's easy to see and hear why, but how did this young prize-winning artist first become interested in classical music?
So I first became interested in music because my parents were massive classical music fans and they were always playing classical music around the house, and I just always listened to it and it was always part of my childhood. So I feel like I've always been interested in music.
Aisata herself started playing an instrument when she was very young.
Well, I actually started playing the recorder when I was 3 years old, and then when I was 6, I had my first piano lesson, and I've been playing since then.
It wasn't long before Aisata's remarkable talent was noticed. At the age of 9, she started studying at the Junior Royal Academy of Music. When she was 17, she was awarded the Elton John Scholarship to continue her undergraduate studies at the Royal Academy of Music, and actually performed with the pop legend.
Playing with Elton John was amazing. I was 17 years old and I played with him in LA. I actually played the viola for that concert. And it was just such a fun experience because it wasn't classical music, so it was nice to do something different. And it was also just amazing to be part of that energy on stage. He's a very charismatic person and I just really enjoyed the whole thing.
But Aisata hasn't made this journey alone. Incredibly, she is the eldest of 7 siblings that all share Aisata's talent and passion for classical music. There's Brima, Sheku, Konya, Jenaba, Aminata, and Mariatu. Between them, they play a variety of instruments. In fact, her brother Sheku, who is a cellist, won the BBC Young Musician Award in 2016 and performed at the Royal Wedding in 2018. What was it like growing up in such a musical family?
I've always loved growing up in a musical family, but it's quite hard to say what it was like because I don't really know it any other way. But I do know that it was always very noisy, very busy, and the house is just always full of music. I think growing up in a musical family definitely helped me as a musician because I think it's so important to just be surrounded by music and to always be listening. And also, my siblings and I, we always give each other advice and help each other with our practice. So I definitely say that being part of a musical family has really helped me grow as a musician.
With so many talented siblings, are they competitive?
I wouldn't say we're competitive because we were lucky enough that we all chose different instruments, and although several of us play the piano, the ages are quite far apart, so there's never been any competition. There's always just been a sense of spurring each other on and a sense of support.
Aisata and several of her siblings are already well on the road to being professional musicians, but it is not an easy career choice.
I think if you have a career in classical music, it's always going to be a sacrifice. For my siblings and I, we definitely felt that at school. Sometimes you can't go out with your friends or go to parties because you have to practice, and not everyone may always understand that. But I think if you love music enough, which we all definitely did, then the sacrifice is so worth it. And I think if you want to succeed in anything, you have to make sacrifices. So I think we got used to that.
What is the most important thing for you when you're choosing a piece to perform?
For me, the emotion of a piece is extremely important. I think there's, of course, a massive intellectual side to classical music and you need to analyse the music you're playing. But at the end of the day, when you go to a concert, you go because you want to feel something special. So I think the emotion of the piece completely defines it for me.
and the importance of emotion is easy to hear in Isata's playing.
I think for me, playing has always been a release from everyday life. I think there's so much emotion and there's just so much in music. And so playing has always been kind of an escape for me. So I'm just so lucky that my escape is what I do.
This piece by 19th century composer Clara Schumann appears on Isata's debut album. Both Isata and Sheku already have contracts with the prestigious record label Decca, and it seems likely that other siblings will follow in their footsteps. For the Kane Mason family, the future looks bright.